To introduce our next inductee, please welcome retired U.S. Army Colonel and civilian aide senior to the Secretary of the Army, Woody Goldberg.
As a close personal friend of Colonel retired Jack Jacobs, as a fellow Vietnam veteran, and as civilian aide to the Secretary of the Army, it is a special privilege for me, in behalf of the Secretary, the leadership of our great Army, and all who serve and served our great nation, to be invited to introduce Jack on this very special occasion. You honor today a soldier, scholar, successful businessman, leader, professor at the United States Military Academy, television commentator, author, loving husband, father, and grandfather, and truly a national hero and special human treasure of the citizen of the great state of New Jersey. As Tom Brokaw has noted, Jack is the complete citizen. As a general officer said when Jack retired after 25 years of military service, and I quote, "He was a short, skinny, young man at 22 from a large Jewish family in Brooklyn who on March 6, 1968, on the battlefield of Vietnam, displayed his gallantry and bravery in action in the highest traditions of the military service, reflecting great credit upon himself, his unit, and the United States Army." Words included in the citation read in the White House on October 9, 1969, when he was awarded our nation's highest award for heroism, the Medal of Honor. President George Bush wrote, and I quote, "A nation can be judged in part by how well it honors its heroes," end quote. Today, the great state of New Jersey truly is judged well in how you are honoring Jack Jacobs. In his quite small frame, Jack has packed a life of selfless service in war and peace, ever willing to help his fellow man and women across the full spectrum of human endeavors. And as the author and Vietnam veteran Nelson DeMille has written, Jack Jacobs earned the medal years past and has earned it every day since. In his memoirs, Jack cites Hillel, the Jewish sage and scholar, who wrote, "If I am not for myself, who will be for me? If I am only for myself, what am I? And if not now, when?" Jack wrote, "People don't do things because they think they're doing something extraordinary. I have to admit, in March 1968 in Vietnam, I didn't think what I was doing was extraordinary or above and beyond the call of duty. I thought quite simply that I was doing what I had to do. I thought, if not me, then who? If not now, when?" Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming the newest member to New Jersey Hall of Fame, Colonel Jack Jacobs, for his conspicuous gallantry above and beyond the call to duty in the line of public service. Welcome, Jack.
I hope you can see me because I can't see you at all. Well, I'm delighted to be here, but as most people who are my age would tell you, they're delighted to be just about any place. I'm up here at least partially because all the votes I received from my family and my friends, but I don't have very many of those. And so there are lots of people who voted who don't know me very well. And an enormous number of people who voted who don't know me at all, had no idea who I was, and thought they were voting in a primary race, and they're trying to get rid of Trump and Sanders. They voted for me instead. But I'm here completely because of the efforts of comrades of mine on a battlefield, the deadliest and the most ferocious battlefield your imagination could possibly imagine, years and years ago. I'm here because of the fact that my comrades risked their lives so that others, including me, could live. A lot of these people were volunteers, but the large majority of them were conscripts. And some of them were dragged kicking and screaming and then stuffed into uniforms and sent off to shoot at the bad guys while the bad guys shot at them in extremely difficult circumstances. And all that notwithstanding, they acquitted themselves magnificently. People who had no interest whatsoever in being in that situation, and in any case, did exactly what you would hope they would do. Well, we only had each other. We were all we had. And so we loved each other, and we fought for each other. And their exertions reminded me, still remind me, of one of my favorite observations about war, that from John Stuart Mill, who wrote something like the following: war is a terrible thing, but it's not the worst of things. A man for whom the most important thing is his own safety is a miserable creature who is made free and kept free by the exertions of better men than he. I think all the time about my comrades, and those who survived write me notes and say they think about me as well. And when I think about it, I think about the fact that we all fight, we always fight for the country, and we fight to accomplish the mission. But we always fight for each other. And as the thoughts of their exertions and their service and their sacrifice that drives me to accept this recognition in their name. Thank you.